Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Masks Off. We are so excited to be with you here today. We have a really good topic on board. I am Kim,
And I'm Tia.
and as always, I will start with our quote. We do not fear the unknown, we fear what we think we know about the unknown. Teal Swan.
I love that.
Yeah. So in the last episode, we were talking about getting caught in that uncertainty and how the stories that we sometimes tell ourselves about the unknown
Right.
can get us so stuck and so caught. And we were talking about how it can feel real, but it really is not true. And it's
Right.
because we create these belief systems that tell us that something is so. And that's what keeps us perpetuating in that spiral of uncertainty and fear and
Yeah.
anxiety. And what
Mm-hmm.
do we all want to do when we are stuck in fear, anxiety, and uncertainty? Is we want to control.
Totally. We
Like
want to make
I'm
it go
just
away.
make it go away, fix it. Like I'm a super queen of wanting to control when I feel anxious. And in the past, my pattern has been that, especially when, and I talk a lot about my kids, when they are making choices for themselves. And I think, here's the thing, I think
Right.
that I have the wisdom to see, oh, if you do that, then if you do X, Y, and Z, or no, if
Right.
you do A, B, and C, then X, Y, and Z is going to happen.
Right.
And a lot of that is my own fear based upon sometimes
Mm-hmm.
programming for
Right.
sure
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
my belief systems, but experiences that I had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And what am I doing? Because I live that, I'm projecting that onto them
Right.
and thinking that they are me and that
Mm-hmm.
it's going to happen to me.
Right. And it can even go, this is going to happen to you. And you're giving the impression that I don't trust you can handle it. So it hasn't even
100%.
happened. We don't even know what's going to
100%.
happen. But if the
I
worst
know.
happens, I have to prevent it because you can't handle it. And what kind of
Yes.
message are we giving other people
Yes.
when we do that?
Yes. And I have done that. I've
Oh,
done that
me
for
too.
sure. And I just, even without going into details, just caught myself in a recent situation of going there.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love though that what I've been able to do differently and how I'm turning it around. And today we wanted to kind of talk about some tools to help with when you get caught in the mucky waters.
Because it happens to everyone, no
It
matter
happens
how conscious you are.
and it will continue to.
Right.
It's just human nature. It's just a part
Exactly.
of being a human being. It'll continue to happen. So, but what I love, what happened for me was that I paused, number one, when this situation came up. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
say something right away. I had my own internal reaction inside me. I was doing the what if thing. Oh, what if this happens? What if that happens?
Mm-hmm.
I was on the thought train and it went all the way, just what you said a few minutes ago is like, I'm projecting that it's going to happen to, my kid.
Right. And it's going to
But,
affect you too. Because
and
then we're
it'll
like,
affect me
oh, it's
too.
going to affect me now. And
Right. Right. I went limbic for sure. It's
yeah.
that whole, like, I'm going to now need to, there's a threat to me. And the threat
Right.
would be that, oh my God, if something horrible happens again, same as in the last episode, the storyline,
Yep.
I won't be able to handle it.
Right.
I'm not going to be able to handle it. So that's an old program,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Right.
going back to what I did, the stimulus was there, the event happened, he said something.
Mm-hmm.
I had my internal tsunami,
Right.
my internal tsunami of holy crap, oh my God, no way, can't do this,
Yep.
all that stuff, the what ifing, paused. That was 2 days ago. And I still haven't said a word. I haven't acted upon, I haven't reacted
From fear.
from fear and uncertainty outwardly, yes, inwardly, but that's
Mhm.
okay because it's a process. We have
Right.
to deconstruct. So I've
Yep.
just been sitting with, allowing it to be. And then it was like, just boom, out of nowhere, it was that switch that I told you this morning
Mhm.
was, you know what? It might feel real, but
Right.
is it really true
Exactly.
that if he chooses this, that it's going to be the catastrophe that I think it's going to be?
You don't know.
I don't know. Is there a possibility that it can be completely perfect and fine no matter what happens and
Mhm.
abundant in every way?
And
And
even
when,
if it does go awry,
even if it does, even
right,
if what I
that's what we
think,
have to remember.
yeah, even if I think what will happen, like my fear happens, it does come to fruition.
Yep.
Either way, if I come from the mindset, an abundant mindset of that was meant to happen that
Mhm.
way for a reason, then it still is an abundant. So I need to
Right.
just take my hands off the wheel,
Yep. It's
right?
hard.
Just, and that's a tool in the backpack is,
Right.
so I just named a whole bunch of them.
Yep.
Pause,
Pause is huge.
pause,
So you don't verbally, what is,
make it
yeah,
worse, vomit on him all my
exactly.
crap. So pause,
Mhm.
go inward,
Yep.
feel my feelings.
Feel that fear. Don't be afraid to
I
ignore the
felt it.
fear. Yeah, you
Yep.
have to.
So I felt I did, and it was
Yeah, it
awful, but I
doesn't feel
felt
good.
it. I allowed myself to be there with it.
Mhm.
Take my hands off the wheel. So
Mhm. Stay in your lane.
stay in my lane.
Yep.
That's a good one. Stay in my lane. Flow, just release, let go. And then it was like I had my intuition said, it just shifted my whole perspective in
Mhm.
my mind of like, no, this is okay.
Right. Right.
This is okay. And then
Eh,
there was a boundary that I needed to set,
mhm.
but that's fine too.
But that's
But I
part of
was,
the conscious choice moving forward
yes,
with when you're not in fear. You're not letting fear drive the bus for you.
yes,
And I think another one tool to bring in is
yeah,
that present moment. Okay, so this is the fear. I mean, it's the quote. We fear what we think we know about the unknown. So the unknown,
mm,
it's unknown what's going to happen in this
exactly.
situation, but you were fearful of what you thought would happen or could happen.
Yes,
And
yes,
and so you can go down there to realize you have all the tools and what to do, but then remember what's happening now.
yeah,
Has it happened now? It
no,
hasn't happened now. So why are we so stuck in fear and uncertainty of the unknown? And that doesn't mean we don't make conscious choices to
yeah,
make plans, to be mindful, and to know, okay, if the worst happens, well, then I know I have this, I can call this person, or
right,
I know that this situation will require XYZ, and I have the ability to access that.
yeah,
But we just come back to that pause at the present moment, feeling and noticing what's true. Because right
yeah,
now it hasn't happened,
exactly.
and it may
And once,
happen, and that person very well will flub it or not flub it
yeah,
and learn a lesson. Either way,
it's
there's
a
value.
50-50 chance. And right, either way, there's value. There's
Mhm.
value. There's value in every single thing that happens to
Exactly.
us in life if we choose to have that perspective.
Right.
And honestly, that is something that I did not have most of my life.
Mhm.
And that's why I stayed so stuck in the fear all the time and stuck
Yeah.
in the anxiety. And I'm so grateful that I now have that
Mhm.
piece of wisdom
It's
that
huge.
if it's right, and it is a choice. It is a choice to choose to look at every single event that happens in your life. If you can look at it as it's an opportunity, what can I
Yes.
learn? What can I
Yes.
learn? How can I grow from this? Was it an awful feeling? Was it a shitty experience? Yeah, it was awful. It felt terrible. I'm not saying like everything is all rainbows and unicorns.
No.
That's not what I'm saying. I mean, because even I
And
go
it's not
back to
supposed
all,
to be.
it's not supposed to be, but
Mm-mm.
even I go back to all the time, the example of my mom dying,
Right.
in January, like it was the most excruciating, awful experience that I ever went through in my whole
Mhm.
entire life. And And if you look at how much I have grown and how much I grew through that
Yes.
experience, there's the abundance of it.
Yeah. And the reason you were able to grow from that experience is because you were in the experience.
Yeah.
You didn't avoid the experience of the pain and the horrible feelings that arose in those moments.
I know, because I was calling you and texting you. It's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? How do I get through this? But, and you were so grateful. I'm so grateful that you were helping me through that. But right, I embraced it.
You
I
did.
embraced the pain. I embraced the moment.
That was what it was.
Yes.
You couldn't make it something different.
I know.
Right? So that's that controlling piece. We want to make it different because we don't want to feel that anxiety. We don't want to feel that fear, that pain. But it's still there, even if we're trying to control it away.
Oh, it's right. And it gets buried. And then again, like we were saying in the last episode, that's how it keeps replaying throughout our lives. Because that whole experience of me as a kid, when I just not dealing, I was always like that, always avoiding pain and uncertainty and just trying to pretend it didn't exist. It was too much to bear.
Because we aren't taught how to do that.
We weren't taught, right? Exactly. We weren't taught it. And that's the story that I kept telling myself is this is too much for me.
Yep.
This fear, this uncertainty, this pain is going to swallow me whole is how I felt as a little girl. I felt like I was, like into a huge, huge, deep abyss. Like that's the feeling I remember having when I was a kid. Write that down. I felt like I was just really falling into, and I would never be out. It would just swallow me whole. That's how big the pain felt.
Yeah.
But as we've said in so many, it is scary. It is for a little kid, but now I'm an adult and it's not, right. It's just, we now know that pain, fear, it's an emotion. And when we talked about it just a couple of weeks ago about riding the waves, which is another tool in the backpack, because the energy of those emotions, they last, what did we say? 90 seconds.
Yeah. If we truly feel it.
Yeah. Can you imagine if every little kid is taught that in school or from their parents right now? When you feel sad, when you feel afraid, when you feel like the monster under the bed, like just teach them how to feel it and ride the wave of it. Can you imagine what our future would be like? Our future kids.
Different. Be so different.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I think it's really important to remember, you said we're adults now, but not all adults have this skill and this tool. Yeah. So even though
most of us don't.
Right. So we're an adult now, but now we have more ability once we're aware, right? Because nothing can change until we're aware. And obviously anyone listening already has awareness.
Right.
And so it's learning those tools. And so let's run through them again, just so we're clear.
Let's
Yep. So
pause.
Yep. So you feel the fear, the uncertainty, right? So the uncertainty right now of the election, the uncertainty of what is coronavirus going to look like, the uncertainty of schooling. Are we going to go through this again next semester and next year? Whatever is showing up for you, your work, your family, whatever. Okay. So if you're listening, just imagine something you're afraid of right now with that uncertainty. And so like Kim said, pause, just notice, I'm feeling afraid of yes. Name it.
Yeah.
Bring it to the light. Name it. Okay. So your pause, now you notice, okay, like she used the beautiful image of the tsunami. So you may be feeling this rise. So tap into your body. Where do you feel it? Oftentimes I feel it like when that it's coming from my gut rising up. It's like, it feels like a volcano almost.
Yes.
Like, and then it's coming to my throat chakra.
Yes.
That point of, do I choose to vomit it out and everyone else?
Yes.
Or do I go within?
Yes.
So pausing, and then, I mean, there's different ways we can go, but just that awareness and noticing, what am I afraid of? I mean, you can even go down.
Take your hands off the wheel, right? Yep. Let go of the control.
Yep. Notice what you're trying to control, why you're trying to control it. And will that control actually benefit you and the others? If you're really and just honest with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Will it really be exactly? Is this really just to ease my own anxiety and my own
Yep.
fear, and that's why I'm trying to control, or is it really for the good of all?
Right.
So that is a good question. That's a tool. And
We're not saying it goes necessarily in this order or
no,
oh no,
of course
these are
not.
just different tools you can bring in.
Yeah.
So you can go to that worst case scenario. I mean,
Yes.
I'll have clients, I'm like, what's your worst case scenario? Sharing
Yeah.
something about that they're challenged with their kid or something. What's the worst that can happen? Okay, let's go there. Now what? So you can go down that mindfully and realize, oh, I have these skills that I can use to navigate if it gets to my worst place of uncertainty, fear, and unknown. We have coming back to the present moment, so that's
Yes.
going into the future, worst case. But now, right now, what is happening? Has it happened?
Exactly.
No. What do you have right now? And we could even bring in gratitude. I'm grateful I don't know, because what I do know right now is I have a roof over my head. I mean, you can go into gratitude practice, but don't do gratitude practice to escape feeling your fears.
And I think we did mention feel the feelings as well.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
and we're going to go into depth and detail with all of these tools that are in the backpack in our next course.
We're so excited.
So excited. So, and we keep talking about the backpack, one, because we're just finishing our 21-day balance your backpack experience.
Yep.
Which you can still access because we have it recorded and anyone can sign up for it at any particular time.
Exactly. You don't have to have gone through it live with us in the moment.
Right. That's what I was trying to say. And then this is a perfect foundation. Balance Your Backpack is a perfect foundation for our next course, where we're going to go into, like I just said, a deeper dive into these tools and how to navigate this climb of life.
Right.
As we climb the mountain. So
right. Yeah. And so it's called Climbing Your Mountain. And the reason we chose that, we're totally loving this hiking, navigating life, the deep abyss, which you brought up, and you're walking through the muck, this uncertainty, and the fact that when you climb a mountain, which is our analogy for life. So the backpack is your tools, your foundation, the balance in your backpack is your body, mind, and spirit. And as you navigate life, who can climb a mountain and it's easy?
Exactly.
There's bumps, you're going to trip, you're going to fall, you're going to come to a pass where you have to choose, do I go to the left? Do I go to the right? It's life. And in mountain, how many mountains are in a mountain range, right? Because it's a journey. We don't just climb one mountain and we're done.
Right.
We just continue. And so our hope is, should you choose to join us in this course, that you leave with some more tools or solidify the ones you have and just walk away with more ability to navigate and flow all this fear and uncertainty and much more.
Yeah. And how to unlighten the load as well.
Yes.
We'll also be talking about how to lighten your load if your backpack is filled with crap that is throwing you off kilter or making it harder for you to climb and exhausting you.
Right.
How can you take some of this heaviness out of your backpack as well?
Yep. Because
so excited for it. Oh my gosh.
So much. I could just keep talking about the backpack because it's the tools, what take out you're carrying. It's what you're carrying in your life. Are you too attached? Are you in a meshed relationship? I mean, that's why we're using this analogy, because our hope is that we continue to create more courses, because it's not one course and done.
Yeah. Because life is not one and done. Exactly. Like you just said, life is continuing. So
exactly. All right.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody. Oh, super, super excited. This was a great, great episode. And we just thank you for supporting us in so many different ways. We are just truly grateful. Getting feedback from friends and other people that have been listening. They're just really excited, loving it. I've had people say how much value it's brought. They listen to this episode or that episode and it's helped them through some tough spots. So we're really, really grateful. I mean, we really started this to just, grow each other.
Exactly.
And then you guys are all growing from it too. And it's an amazing
fun.
feeling. It's
It
so
is.
awesome.
It is. And then the only last thing I'll add at the end is, since it's the week before the election, don't forget to vote.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
If you haven't already,
Yes.
in early voting. So
Yes.
thanks for
All right,
listening.
everyone.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Bye.